Hello, beautiful people. It is Timotha, Lanae, and I am here to talk about how to keep a food journal. Keeping a food journal can really speed up your healing because it's kind of like just basically being a detective about your health. So what I've been able to figure out is a lot of things that might be causing problems in my healing journey, or actually helping my healing journey. So when you keep a really detailed journal, and it doesn't have to be hard, but when you keep a good journal, you can go back and see, oh, I felt really good this next day. What did I do the day before? And why am I feeling so bad now? You know, I felt good last week. I feel terrible this week. What did I change? What did I do? What's going on? So I'll show you how you can keep a journal. This here, you can get this journal on Amazon. It's my real simple journal. Real food is my fuel, healing foods journal. Really basic journal, but I'm gonna show you how I make it work. So this is just a blank journal. I'm actually working on a journal that has a template in it so that you so everything's kind of spelled out for you. But this journal here is blank so that you can have just pages of blank notes where you can write if you just want to write down recipes and things like that. But then also I'm going to show you how to keep track so you can be a detective for your health. So the one thing you want to do is take note of your sleep. So these are some of the things you want to take note of: your sleep, your bowel habits, and your working out, like your working out habits, and then also any snacks, any foods and things that you're eating. I also do like a verse of the day or a verse of the week, and you can write down gratitude, all kinds of stuff like that. But this is just a real simple, I'm just going to show you a real simple mock-up of how you can keep track of things to kind of help you be the detective for your health. So you want to, on the morning of, this is Tuesday, 4/26, then you will want to take track, keep right on this day how your sleep was the night before. So take note of what time you went to bed the night before and what time you're waking up that morning. And then whether or not you slept good, did you sleep bad, did you wake up? Here I wrote that I woke up twice to use the restroom. So look at, are there any things you're doing that are making you maybe wake up? Did you eat something, drink something too close to bed? Those types of things. And then take note as your sleep improves, Also, sometimes what I'll do, if I have a very significant dream, I'll actually write that dream out. I'll write out what the dream was, just because sometimes it's God trying to tell you something. But anyway, so right here, I just kept it simple because it's just a basic night's sleep. Okay, so then we have the date and the day of the week that it is. Also, sometimes what I'll do, I didn't do it here, but if I'm doing a weigh-in, some of us are trying to lose weight, some of us are trying to gain weight. I'm trying to gain weight, so I actually will do a weigh-in, once a week, and put where my weight is at. And so that also is something that can help me see is what I can look back and see what I ate the week before. Did that help me gain weight? Did it make me lose weight? Did it make me stay the same? Those types of things. So you're going to notice that when you write down the meal. So I have my meal number 1. I have my verse of the week: be still and know that I am God. Psalm 46:10. Love that verse. That's verse of the day. But you could do a verse of the week as well. But so then for my first meal, I write down what time I started eating, what time I stopped eating. So if you've seen some of my different videos on mindful eating, I try to take longer to eat. Now, this is obviously a simple meal, so it's not going to be that long. It's only 10 minutes. But in general, most meals should be about 20 minutes to eat, 20 minutes to a half hour to eat. So look at what time you start eating. And if you look up and you had a full-blown big feast of a meal, but you ate it in 10 minutes, that's not good. But if you have like a little smoothie and you ate it in 10 minutes, then, that's cool. But so also one thing to note with smoothies, you don't want to drink them too fast. Your body still does have to digest the fiber of the smoothie. So kind of take sips and take a break. Don't just guzzle them down, which is what I used to do. So I have here 16-ounce berry smoothie. I have lots of great berry smoothie recipes on my channel that are delicious. Also some that are good for gut health and don't have too many sugary fruits in them. So check that out. I'll link to some of those recipes below. And also some kombucha, 4 ounces of kombucha. Kombucha is a fermented drink that's really good for your gut, has a lot of great natural probiotics in it, so really good for gut health, which is what I'm all about. So I just also, after you write down what you eat, I put down also how did I feel after I ate. So I just put felt good after eating, a little bloated, maybe should space out the kombucha and the smoothie. So sometimes looking at food combining, how you combine drinking something too close to eating, for depending on your gut and your stomach acid and things like that, that can actually make you really bloated. So another thing you want to keep track of is your bowels and how they're moving or not moving. So if you have a day where you don't have a bowel movement at all, you definitely want to take note of that. But I like to write down, if I had a bowel movement, what was it like? Was it, is it diarrhea? Is it just a normal, medium, well-formed bowel movement? Is it solid? Is there undigested food in there? So I put here that there's no undigested food. So the food was, my food is digesting better, because before there used to be some undigested food, which can point to your pancreas not really working exactly how it should. But now that's healing for me, so I'm seeing less and less undigested food in my stools, which is good. So you really do want to look at your bowel motions, even though it might sound kind of gross, but that really is your body can be telling you something. If you have extremely light colored stools, really pale stools, that can mean there could be possible issues with your liver and your gallbladder. You might not be producing enough bile and things like that to create the color, more the brownish color. So these are things you just want to look at. Just take note of them. And if you are seeing like a functional doctor, they may ask you about your bowels and how they're moving. So anyway, I wrote down that 8:30 a.m. had a bowel movement after eating. That's a really good showing that digestion is happening pretty well after you eat. You should be going to the restroom not too long after, within the hour or so. So that was a good thing that my bowels were moving. Okay, so then I move on to a snack. I had a snack 10 a.m. coconut kefir water, just a real simple snack. If you haven't seen my video on how to make coconut kefir water, then I will link to that. Check it out, because it's a really good drink to have. Another probiotic drink that's great for the gut if you're dealing with anything like candida overgrowth in your gut or in your system, or if you have anything like leaky gut, or even SIBO or SIBO, the small intestinal bacterial overgrowth. Kefir water can be really good for all of those things, putting good bacteria in to crowd out the bad bacteria. So anyway, kefir water had some of that. And this is like a mock-up of what a journal can look like. So anyway, but coconut kefir water felt much clearer headed. That's something I notice a lot of times after I have kefir water. I'll feel much more clear in my head. It's almost like that bacteria gets in there and crowds out any bad bacteria that's making me have brain fog. So felt clearer in the head after drinking. Energy increased as well. So this is just giving you an example of little notes to make, as that can be like your blueprint on what can help you feel better, what's hurting you, what's not hurting you. So meal number 2, a lunch. And you see here, I just put down like the amount of each thing, because sometimes you might just put, I had Swiss chard, which is like a green, leafy green. But how much of it did you have, Steamed broccoli, 6 ounces of that. For those of you following like Dr. Sebi's alkaline food list, broccoli is not on the list. But for me, it's actually come to find out one of the superfoods that my body is craving and wants. That's what I found out through doing some testing with my functional doctor, and my body just wants broccoli right now. So even though it's, according to Dr. Sebi, and actually just factually is a hybrid food, a food that's been hybridized, and it's still, my body wants it, and it's really helping. So I have been having broccoli and have been having really great healing, even adding that in, even though it's not on the list. And that's something we'll talk about another time, about not being such a stickler about certain lists that have been created, because we're in a world where things have just been messed with. And so you have to work with what you got. Anyway, so on to other things. This is a good meal plan idea for anyone looking for an alkaline meal.
If you wanted to do it straight from Dr. Sebi's list, you would remove the broccoli. You could add kale or something like that instead. But 1/4, all the other things on this are from the list. So 1/4 cup of wild rice and quinoa, 1/2 cup of chickpeas. You could also do like hummus. And then I did sauerkraut, purple sauerkraut, and 1/3 of a pickle. Now, when I'm doing pickles, I'm doing these pickles. They're called Bubby's pickles. They're actually probiotic pickles. They're not used they're actually in fermented water that have lots of good probiotics, good for the gut. It's not like the kind of pickles that are just soaked in brine and salt. So it's a probiotic pickle. So my purpose for having that is strictly to get good probiotics. So you'll see that right now I'm not taking any probiotic supplements other than food. I'm not taking any pills anymore. I used to take probiotic pills, but now my gut health is built up enough to where I can just do the food. And then I also have 2 ounces of portobello mushrooms. I love those. So I felt really good after eating, ate slow, took deep breaths before eating. That's a nice little trick to be able to really kind of make your digestion better as you're eating, is to sit down, relax before you start to eat. Take like 3 deep breaths, exhale really slow, inhale slow, exhale slow, and just really get your mind right for eating. When you're relaxed when you eat, you digest your food better. And so when I do that, I notice less bloating after and just better digestion in general. And so then, I put down, and also you see here, I also put the start time and stop time. This was a bigger meal. It took about 20 minutes to eat. Sometimes I'll take like 40 minutes to eat because I'll just be really relaxing, taking in the food, appreciating the food, and chewing really slow, or chewing a lot of chews per bite, more than I used to do, which used to be like 3 chews and then swallow. But now I really chew much more. So then the third meal, you get the idea. There's just kind of how it goes. Here I just there's a soup recipe. I need to share this recipe with y'all. It's called adrenal soup. It's really good for helping your adrenals and supporting them. And that's one of the issues that I have, is needing to support my adrenals. So I had a cup of that. I had more wild rice, more quinoa, more mushrooms, then a romaine salad, and then also sauerkraut and pickle. And that took about a half hour to eat. So that was like a dinner. And then low energy at the start of the meal, but felt better after eating. So this is just like the notes of how did I feel. And no negative food reactions, because what I was noticing before, really early on my gut health journey, is certain foods I would start to eat, and then my heart would start to race. And that's letting you know you're having like a histamine reaction to the food. So your guts, you might have leaky gut or something like that if that happens. But now that my gut is healing, I'm not having many reactions at all to food as I eat. So just took that note of those different things, no negative food reactions, and then also took note again of if you're having a bowel movement after you're eating, or not having a bowel movement after you're eating. You can write that down too. So about a half hour or so after finishing eating, another bowel movement, solid but soft yet formed. So, that might seem so like, why are you putting so much detail? But like I said, all of these things are clues to how your system is working and how your system is receiving the food that you're putting in it. And then also I note there that I took herbs, my herbal protocol that I'm on from my functional doctor, and that also helped with my energy and also helped like clear my head a little bit. So then also I just have a section here just for notes. And so just put down here like you could put anything there, something fun you did that day. But what I put is my exercise notes that I did rebounding 2 times this day. So rebounding in the AM and the PM for 10 minutes each. It helped tremendously. Could feel my energy lift after each session. Bowels also moved after PM session. Going to start 2 times a day rebounding from now on. Overall mood was good today. Dryness on palms really improved. So that's something that I've been working on, is just getting, if you see my palms here, right now they seem a little dry just because I've been washing my hands so much because I've been out. But they were just literally just like completely crusty before. Just like peeling like crusty. So as I've been on, which shows that my system was dried out. But since I've been on this new herbal protocol, my hands have been much more smooth. My overall skin tone, just all kinds of stuff has just improved. So I just put there that overall, you know, the dryness on the palms is really improved, overall skin tone much better. And then I put a goal for tomorrow. And so it's just to add in 5 minutes of relaxation and deep breathing, because that's really good for healing your adrenals and also for your gut, is to just really focus on relaxing and deep breathing. So this is an example of how to keep a food journal with just a simple blank journal or notebook. You can get any notebook from any place, but I have this notebook here online that just has this affirmation on here: real food is my fuel. That's what I use to feed my body, just a reminder to myself. So you can get that. It's just like $7.99 on Amazon. I can link to that below. But this is what I do in this journal. And then you can also put other things in there. Like I said, you could have a page where this page could just be gratitudes for the day, or blessings that happened today, or things you did well today, you know, to-do lists, things like that. You could put all of that, grocery list, recipes, all of those things. You could go in this notebook, which is kind of why I like it being blank. But like I said, I am working on one that is a template as well. So hopefully this was helpful for you. Let me know if you have any questions, and stay tuned for my journal that's coming out, that will be a more structured journal that actually has spaces for all of these things already in them. But for now, this is more of a free-form journal with just the affirmation on the front, letting you know we use food to heal our bodies, and we use real food, not all the fake stuff, right? So anyway, please do subscribe, like, and share this video if it was helpful for you. I am Timotha Lanae. Check out my other recipes and just all my healing and detox journey videos. They're all over the channel. I have over 200 videos now, so definitely browse the channel, check out the playlists, and I will see you in the next video. Take care.